Joining us now to discuss this is political and international affairs analyst Calvin Dark, who's in Washington, D.C. Calvin, thanks for joining us on the program. We've talked about this before, what the U.S. got from this North Korea meeting, the meeting that President Trump had with the North Korean leader. But what is everything, Calvin?
Well, first, let me say, just in case it's not clear, this morning, about 4 hours ago, the president walked out on the White House lawn for an impromptu interview of almost an hour where he said things that we're still reeling from. And specifically about North Korea, he claimed that there is no threat, that we got everything we wanted, and that it's over. It's a done deal.
So then what is everything? What's his definition of everything that he got from the summit? Because analysts such as yourself and others have said, the document that was signed between President Trump and Kim Jong-un really didn't carry much weight.
Well, here's where I think the major problem is, and this was evident in what Secretary Pompeo said either yesterday or the day before. In the document that was signed, it said the complete denuclearization. And the reason that was so vague is because Trump takes that for what he means. Complete denuclearization is no longer a threat. Secretary Pompeo said that included in that definition of complete was verifiable, irreversible, even though they didn't have the words in it. And as we saw from North Korean media, complete denuclearization means a lot more, including stopping the joint exercise with South Korea, loosening the sanctions. And we don't know if their definition of complete denuclearization also means us removing our potential to have nuclear weapons that could reach the region. So the vagueness is what is in part responsible for all of this ambiguity.
And sadly, no one in the Trump administration seems to recognize this vagueness that you speak of, Calvin, because North Korea says the U.S. has agreed to withdraw troops from South Korea, and the U.S. is saying now that there is no agreement on that except North Korea shows signs of complete denuclearization. But is President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on the same page concerning sanctions being lifted on North Korea?
The problem is we don't know. And part of that is because in the first part of that meeting with Kim Jong-un, it was President Trump and Kim Jong-un alone with just interpreters. That was a bad decision, and it was said it was a bad decision from the beginning, because with no one else to verify what was promised on both sides, that's why we're in the situation that we're in. And unfortunately, our president's answer to that was he has the best memory of anybody living or something like that. And now we're in a situation where North Korea is saying things and they're not credible. And now we don't know if President Trump is credible from what he said he promised and didn't promise.
I've seen criticism of some of the people who have criticized President Trump, criticism of people who have criticized Trump, as saying that those who are saying that the president met with a dictator. They also said Barack Obama also met with a Cuban dictator, referring to Raul Castro. But what is the U.S. risking by trying to build ties with North Korea? How are they risking their relations with Canada and the rest of the Americas?
Well, they're risking their relationship because before President Trump, one of the powers that the United States has is we speak out on issues happening all over the world. And if Trump is going to normalize what Kim Jong-un is doing in North Korea, how then could he say to any leader, any tyrant, be it anywhere in the world, that what they've done is crossed the line? I tell you, here in Washington, D.C., we were very taken aback because this morning President Trump said that Kim Jong-un was a strong leader and his people sit up and pay attention to him, and he wants the American people to do the same to him. That's disturbing.